third graders, I am going to read the next chapter of The Wild Robot. So the last thing that happened was Brightbill and the other geese are talking about having to migrate to a warmer place for the winter. And obviously, as you guys know, that made Roz feel very sad because her son is leaving. So we are going to get started with chapter 53. It is called The Migration. It was the night before the migration, and Brightbill was sleeping fitfully. Roz watched him toss and turn until he finally crawled up into her arms, and she rocked him to sleep just like the old days. Early the next morning, Brightbill waddled outside and looked at the pond. The water was perfectly still. A few lazy clouds drifted above. Geese were already gathering by the beach, and then Tiny Claus scampered from the treetops. "So, today's the day, huh?" said Chit Chat, perched on a branch. "You're going to see so many new things and meet so many new animals, and if there are any squirrels at your wintering grounds, please let them know that Chit Chat says hello." Remember, friends, Chit Chat is the squirrel who never stops talking, and she talks so fast that no one can usually understand her. "Today is the day," said Brightbill. "The flock will be leaving soon. Are you excited or nervous or scared or all of them?" "I'm all of those things," the squirrel whispered. "Well, don't worry about your mother. I'll look after her so you know she'll be perfectly fine." Brightbill smiled. "I am afraid it is time to go," said Roz as she stepped out of the nest. "Okay, Mama," said the gosling. "See you in the spring, Chit Chat." "Have a nice migration, Brightbill." And the squirrel scampered back into the treetops. "Come home with lots of exciting stories, but not too exciting, because I don't want anything scary to happen to you. Goodbye." The geese were honking with excitement and hustling around as they made their final preparations. Several of the fathers huddled together, discussing their flight plans, while the mothers took a head count. "There you are, Brightbill," Ludwig honked from the middle of the crowd. "We're just about to begin." "May I have your attention, please?" said the biggest goose. "As most of you know, my name is Longneck, and I'll be leading this year's migration. I'm asking everyone to please join your families for takeoff. Once we're all airborne, each family will take its position in our V formation, and we'll start the first leg of our journey. Are there any questions?" "I have a question," came a booming voice. "My son will not have any family with him. Where does he fit into the formation?" Everyone turned to see Roz talking. "He can fly with me," said the big goose. "I hear Brightbill is a very clever flyer. I could use his help at this point." Sorry, I could use his help at the point. So at the point of the V formation. A moment later, the geese began flapping and honking and making their way into the air. A cloud of feathers floated down around the robot and her son. "You are not a gosling anymore," said Roz. "I am proud of the fine young goose you have become." Brightbill fluttered up to his mother's shoulder. "Thanks, Mama." The young goose wiped his eyes. "Is this where we say goodbye?" "This is where we say goodbye for now. Spring will soon be here, and we will be together again." "I'm going to miss you," said Brightbill as he nuzzled his mother. "I am going to miss you too," said Roz as she nuzzled her son. The goose took a deep breath, then he shook his tail feathers and flapped his wings and joined the flock. At first, the geese flew in a disorganized jumble, but each goose slowly drifted into position until the flock formed a wobbly V. At the lead was Longneck, and behind his left wing was Brightbill. They circled in the sky until the V pointed south. And then the geese began their long migration. Roz climbed to the top of a tree and watched as the flock slowly faded into the horizon. So there you can kind of see. So Bright Bill is leaving. Roz. Oh, poor Roz. Okay, and that is where we are going to stop, my friends. The next chapter is called The Winter. So we are going to see how Roz the robot does in the winter without her son. Bye, guys!